Welcome back, this is Nerd Dad, and we are on episode 11 of our Factorio playthrough. Last time we left off, we had blueprinted in our rail lines, and well, we have them up and running. You can see we got a coal train, I said coal train. We got a copper train sitting up here. He's actually one of two. The other one, I think, is unloading at the other base. And we just put this stone one here online as well. In fact, why don't we just get these feeding back into the system here. And the other thing I wanted to do is just pop down here really quickly, throw some ammo into here. And you can see we got up the defense for this whole thing. One thing I'd like to do is add another radar site over here, but I just don't have the resources on me to do that at the moment. And so what I thought we might do is I thought we might jump onto here and just quickly take this back. And we'll just grab this. So I think we'll just take this back to the main depot. Just get it going. I haven't ridden this one back yet, so hopefully it won't have any problems. The only thing I'm concerned about at this point is the new junction that I just put in. That wasn't originally blueprinted, so as long as it's going to work, we should be fine. And there it is. So what we did is, we talked a little bit last episode when we blueprinted all this in about whether we would put our stone depot here or over here on the right. Obviously we chose here, and it fits pretty well, and I don't think it's going to cause us any grief with our copper offloading. Even if we add more depots in here, we've got lots of room for them. So I think this is all acceptable. I don't think it's going to cause us grief going forward. So the next part, you can see I haven't finished off the copper as well. Sorry, so before we even get there, I was going to talk a little bit about the copper. The copper we haven't run all the way back in here yet because I honestly just don't need it at the moment, and I want to bleed this off. Typically I like to leave a reserve, but I want to get this clear for our road, and that looked like a power spike. We have power problems. Okay, so let's go take a look at power. I just kind of happened to swipe over that power line and saw a big red bar and went, yikes, what's going on? So let's go figure out what's going on there. And if we're having power problems, we might need a little coal. Oh, we already had some. Okay. Whoa, we're not getting coal. Okay, that means we're probably burnt out all our coal. So let's quickly get these guys with some coal in them before we burn out here. And we'll just kind of quickly throw some in here and see if we can keep it going for a couple minutes. Let's give him a little bit more. And yeah, we're just not getting the coal in here. And there we go. So that'll keep at least the miners moving at a decent speed until we can probably figure out what's going on with them. Obviously, we're just not getting enough throughput. And that would be why. Almost half of them at least are offline. So let's quickly get some more coal miners in here. Just quickly do this. We'll just bring this guys in line here right away. And we're going to have to bring these ones in like this. Just get them up and running as fast as we can. Try to get that coal fed back in there. And actually, I wouldn't mind adding a few more if this is going to become an issue already. Apparently, we have need. So let's get on this. Oh, we're taking some damage somewhere. Oh, look, we lost. I left a couple guys sitting out there. I forgot about those. I didn't pick them back up. That's okay. They can be the sacrificial lambs. Okay, let's just pop this in here like that. Yeah, it's still, you can see the miners are barely moving. They're kind of like, oh, we're so tired. We have nothing to give. Alright, where else can we fit another couple more of these? They're down here. Okay, let's grab another one there. Actually, we'll leave that one there, because that one's being bled off by that. Let's get a couple in here like this as well. Hopefully... they're starting to go a little bit faster now, so hopefully we can pick up the uptake for these guys. Actually, I'm going to need to move this one down a little bit just because we're going to need to put one on this side of the track right here. There, that'll pull off that side. Okay, that, hopefully, well, why don't we just throw two more in here and get this all, these little straggling bits over here, I want to get them all mined off. They're still going kind of slow, so I'm wondering if maybe it's not just that we're not getting enough coal. No, we still don't have quite enough getting up into the system, so... I'm not sure whether it's just because we're catching up. We're starting to work our way up there. So it's probably just that we're starting to backfill, and keeping our eye on that. I'd like to know what happens when we get all this online. Do we need more power? So you can see them coming online. As they come online, we'll slowly bump up. They're sort of going off and on. It's almost like we're still not getting enough coal, which is strange. Unless we're backlogging coal somewhere. We've added in almost twice what we originally had, so we should be fine. It could just be that the speed's not coming off quite quickly enough yet. So let's go take a look, see if we're getting any closer. Alright, what I'm going to do is I have a feeling that we're probably getting close to needing to expand this anyways, so why don't we get some resources together just in case that's the truth. And if it is, let's fix this while we're here. We will, I'm going to pick that whole thing up. Yep. Go back and hopefully we've got that coal up into there. It's just about into the bottom. We got 4 more to catch up. And still looks like we're gonna be close to short. I'm thinking we may as well just expand now anyway, so let's just do that. 5 and 5, 10. And we'll need a bunch of straight pipe to do that as well. I just get a feeling with, if we're only like 3 or 4 short and we're still already yellow, by the time we get good, we're going to probably be in this range around here somewhere. So it would probably be in the, yeah, right about there. And, oh, still don't have some burners on. Won't hurt us. We can always use the power eventually, so we won't worry too much about it. There's 3 on that side, 2 on that side. Let's get some inserters in here. May as well get this done. Then it'll be longer until we have to worry about it. Hopefully, we'll have to keep an eye on that coal because apparently we have a bit of an issue over there. Okay, where's the last set? Got the power lines already in here. We'll just need to do the piping as well by the looks of it. We could probably use 1 more pipe to ground, maybe 2. Okay, we're just waiting for some boilers here. We got 5. We can put these in. Not splitters, not guns, boilers. There we go. And we're just going to need some more on the other side. What we can do is we can kind of set this up right now. That'll be what we're going to do with that side. And come on, just waiting for this next set of pipe grounds. What are we going to learn next? Shall we go, we're really backlogging our ore rate at the moment, so it isn't an issue. Let's get more bullet damage. Oh no, that's got a blue in it. We can't do any of those. Grenade damage, why not? It's cheap. Come on. Here we go. Alright. Now we just need some straight pipe. 1 there. There goes the steam. And then we'll just have to make sure we got the water being fed into the other pieces up here. And there's the steam. We don't need these end ones. And sorry, that was steam coming out. We've already got the water all the way through. Oh, I guess we probably need some transport belts up here to actually get these fed. There we go. So that, and it's starting to backlog the coal. Okay, so good. Okay, so it took us a little bit of waiting time there, but we're in pretty good shape. And now we've got, how many we got online here? 10, 20, 30, 40. So next time when we go to expand, we're going to need another water pump, and we'll have to go down this extra line here. So we got a little bit of extra work next time when we go to add some more power. Speaking of which, so we're about halfway. Perfect. Okay, let's go and look at what we're going to do. So I've been doing a little bit of thinking about how we want to do some expansion here, and what I want to do is this. I've been thinking we're going to... Oh, apparently get grenade damage. Let's grab the next one. I've been thinking what we want to do is... This area out here is our military. I'm just kind of jumping back and forth here. This is where we got our military, and it's probably going to push all the way down there. Military can be quite a large area. In fact, we're going to need to get some trains in here with some explosives, some uranium-238, some other things. So we got quite a bit of space we're going to need to take up for military. In fact, what I had said earlier was I didn't want to build the military here because I knew how much space it was going to take. Now that we've got it here, let's just stick with it. But what that means is we're likely going to be forced to the other side. And so I started thinking about what we wanted to do and where we would want to put trains. We can put them in here, but I was kind of keeping this for science packs. And I thought about that a little bit more. And what I'm thinking we're going to do is we'll put trains in here. And if we do any science packs, they'll be up in here anyways because we're going to need a bunch of more things being built, i.e. engines, mine... the electric miners, all sorts of things need to be built for the next science packs. So it might be a natural building them here and then pushing them up and having their science packs being built above them and then feeding into our line up there. So I'm feeling okay with us going with this here would be train, and we'll just put in, I don't know, well, it looks like a train. How about an engine? Confirm. Okay, and this here is this is red science. We're just gonna start blue. Nice spelling. And that doesn't look right either. How about I before E except after C, except for words and blah 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 blah. Why does none of this look? I am struggling. I don't know. I'm too tired to care at this point. It just doesn't look right. I still feel like that's wrong. We will have to go and look at a dictionary, apparently. But for now, that's how we're spelling it today. And I'm feeling like a real buffoon. That's okay. So what we're going to do, before we do that, is I started thinking, well, if we're going to start pushing the bus down more, we really should be into red transporters. The fast ones. So we want to get into building these fast transport belts and these fast underground belts, and we want to start working on getting some splitters, fast splitters built as well. So I want to convert this a little bit. I've been thinking about how we're doing this right here, and I'm going to change up how we're going to do this. So we're going to rip this up. Oops, guess I don't need those. I think what we'll do is we'll convert this one back into one of these. Oops. There we go. Spin him around to an output. And we're going to need a couple of these guys. Well, not a gun. Let's put a gun there. And we're just going to need to convert a couple more of these in. We're going to need these anyways. And we'll get to Y in a couple secs. Let's put those there. Space those in. Okay, so now we've got pretty well what we need. We're going to need one more red in there as well. There we go. So we've got lots of output there. And what I'm thinking we're going to do here, in fact, I probably could have left that, is we're going to place this here, and we're going to make it become our fast underground belt. Now, what that means for us is just going to get this lined up. We're going to have an input here, an output there. And just kind of like this right now. In fact, we're going to just put this into a box right now, but eventually it'll be more than that. Almost wondering if I want two here. So many choices, so little time. Actually, you know what? I think what we're going to do is actually put a second one there, and we're going to put a power pole there instead. That'll allow us lots of speed in loading it up, because the big issue with these is they take 40 gears. So these 40 gears is just sort of an excessive amount, to be honest. So to get these, what we're going to do is we're going to convert these assembly machines here into going both ways. So we're going to actually make them help us fill that 40 up. And basically they're just going to feed that around, and we got grenade damage. We may as well get grenade damage 3. Makes it easy blowing up those trees. So what we should find out here is we're going to start slowly bleeding off this ore. And I want to kind of go and solve our ore issue before we get too much further here. And we don't want a full box of these. We only want like 100 right now. So that's good enough for right now. And in fact, this can go back to feeding in because, whoops, why do you got me? What do you think you're doing there with that little gear wheel? Okay, so you can see this line's already kind of tapering out. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of fix this up a little bit. I've been eyeballing this as well, saying we got backlog stuff going on over here. So let's bring this line out like this. Let's grab this and just run this right in. Get both of these coming in, and what I'm going to do is run another line right here into there. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to convert this guy so he's no longer doing a join here anymore. And we're just going to bring these two guys together, and what we're going to do is actually put our cleanup on this side here. That allows us to get all this cleaned out of here. And now we've got it sort of all four lines coming in nice and thick, and we should be able to keep that side of the line full. Now, I know we're already going to break that, and because we're going to break it, we're going to do this as well. So what I want to do is I'm going to force this one right. Use these nice new items, and I think we'll leave him just plain for now. I see we got a little pole here that's driving me a little bit nuts, just because it's It's saying it's broken. I probably drove into it. Okay, so now we're getting a little bit more ore throughput, but I notice we're still a little backlogged, but that's okay for right now. Sorry, a lot of extra info there, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a setup. So this is coming in here. The issue that we've got is we can't pull off of here, which means I goofed up. I goofed. Nope, I didn't goof. I just didn't place the thing that we need. Haha! I was like, we don't need those. Why am I struggling? It's because we're actually going to pull it out of there. And so what we're thinking is we're actually going to probably put another one here, and this will be our blue. For our blue tunnels. So I think that'll work, because I think when we look at our blues, they are going to look something like a bunch more of the iron gears. Yeah, we have to put fish in there. The iron gears and the fast underground belt and the lubricants. So once we get that set up, we should be in good shape. We just can't eyeball it right now. So we should be good, because then we can just bring these gears straight across or bring more gears in. And speaking of more gears, let's talk about where we're going to go with the rest of this. Okay, so we're going to need at least, let's go 6 on that. And we're going to need at least 5, 6 of those. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is just get this in alignment with the other side there. It needs to be there, and 1, I believe, is the answer. There and 1 is the answer. Okay, we need to get more gears. Now, all we're going to worry about right now is building these gears, but eventually we're likely going to pull off the extra set of gears this way, kind of feed them back into here. Now, what that's going to mean to us is when this comes back, we're just going to need to work a line around here in a second. We don't want to use the same iron ore line as we're using for this, because you can see that one's already a little bit lacking. So what we want to do is run another ore line in fresh from the bus, and we're going to actually get it being fed a little bit sooner. So I want to bring this one right back here, and we're going to actually do this again, and that's about as close as we can get that. So actually we're going to have to make this guy a force right. That's a force right and a force right. Okay, and then we're going to bring this one down here. We just have to do a little bit of a snake pattern here and get that into the other line. So now what we should be doing is at least forcing over solids. And so I want to also try to start doubling up some of these lines to stop this from happening, which is we get these long beads, but we don't get both sides of the line fed. So we're going to work on that. This one should be a double, this one's a double, this one is a double, and that one there is a single basically. It's only got the one extra side being fed, but it's getting sorted out because it's joining with that one. So we should be okay there. You can see we're a little lacking down here because of all the goofiness that we're pulling off above there. And that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to put in a little bit of a cleanup right in here. We're going to need another splitter right there. Come on, just give me a quick splitter. And we'll drop a splitter in the middle there. That basically allows us to kind of shift it back and forth. Dump, dump, dump. Come on. There we go. Now we'll ask for 5 more, just because we're greedy. Okay, so now we got those coming in, and we've got our assembly machines made. And there's for our 6 for our gears. I'll just quickly lop these in place. Just really quickly smack this up. And get some power. Gotta get those robots. This just takes too long. Okay, and then we're just going to bring in the iron ore all the way to there, and then our output will be something like that. And we'll just double down on there. And then we're going to just chop down a log. One dead log. We're going to quickly jump to here. 1, 2, there. And then this is just going to split off of here like this. We'll run it up inside of there. Whoops, not like that, we don't. Just like that. And then grab some inserters. We're going to need a few of those. And then get our, whoops, not our reds. Red, 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 red. And we'll just finish the power up before we go back to our tech. And let's see what we got in the world of tech. Okay, it looks like we got all the way through the grenades. We got the grenades to blue, so let's grab the furnaces. We're going to need those at some point. Just not right now. And these reds come off so slowly. I think what we're going to do is actually just put yellows here. And we got enough power poles to finish this off. Hopefully. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to bring these back down this way. Just kind of like that for right now. And we got our splitters. Perfect. Split those in. And we're just going to drop these guys into a box right here. The reason why I wanted them here is so that they're nice and close to this. At some point we may turn this around if we do the blues, but we may also just shift it along here with the blues. I don't know. We're not sure yet. We don't have any power yet because we haven't connected you. Alright, and now it's just a case of telling it what we want it to build. And we want those, and there we go. And that's all it's going to take for us to get those two, basically the transport belts and the tunnels done. The one thing that we haven't got still is our splitters. And I've been thinking about that a little bit. I'm thinking what we might actually do, because our greens don't really start till a little bit further down, I might actually do the splitters right down in this area here. I want to leave the ability to make more of these if possible. In fact, we might want to use the other side of this line. So I don't want to get too close there. But I want to make sure we leave ourselves space for this. And so, what do we need for splitters? So what I'm thinking, and we're going to need some of you fine folks. We're going to need some blues. I've been wondering if, now let's just check out what we need. We need a bunch of reds, and so that's where I kind of always run into a problem with this. It's easy to get everything except for the reds, and because the reds are going to be so far away, this is often why I put my splitters coming from somewhere else. Otherwise, you got to ship a lot of reds up here for like just doing your splitters, whereas you can put your splitters somewhere else. But he says, I think we have the same problems. Too many keys. T. I think it's this. Nope. It's not that. Which one is it? I can never find the green inserters. It doesn't matter how much I look for them. They just elude me. You would think by now I would have memorized them. It's just something I always kind of get because I don't usually rush towards them, even though you think I would. And we don't have them yet, I don't think. It would be funny if we actually already had them. Do we have them yet? No. Where do we get those? Feeling kinda dumb. Feeling like I should know. Maybe the stack inserter. That would be a good place for it. So we do need reds. That's all I was looking for. I wanted to confirm that we needed reds and more gears. So we got lots of gears up here. So maybe it's not so bad that we send it up here. Alright, and how many do we need of the reds for each of these? 10. So we're going to need a decent amount. Okay. I'm feeling a little bit better about bringing reds into here. In fact, the reds might come right up in here, something along this line. This might be like this, and this might be an extra line here. So, as long as we don't kind of goof with that, what we should be able to do... Oh, look at you guys running out of ore 100% of the way because, well, we bled that line off hard and heavy. Whoa, look at that. That's impressive. That's really impressive. I thought we had good throughput. Apparently not. Oh, look, we don't have any ore. Why don't we have any ore? Wow. We're bringing in 2 solid lines and we have no ore. Okay. So bigger problems. We need to get those trains built, bring in some ore in because we've managed to bleed it dry. So this is going to be interesting because what's going to happen, of course, is this will back up and then this will kick back up. So it'll work its way through. It's just a wow. That is really ugly. So I think what we're going to do is just leave the... I'm just going to do something like this right now. We're just going to go... we believe one day there will be some stuff here. And not finish that right now. Because I think we need to solve the ore issue first. And besides, I think that's a great place for us to leave off. And that'll let us do something else for next time. In fact, maybe it's starting to work on those trains finally, now that we'll have some reds in place. So, we'll leave ourselves down here. I thank you so much for joining me for episode 11. This has been Nerd Dad, and I am